Click, click, boom. NVTS. Click. C Labs is coming back.
Click at 288. It looks like a hot mess. E-Lab curling back up again.
Here's E-Lab.
Wonder what Ross said about E-Lab. Your laptop shut off. Don't you just love that?
Oh.
Good morning, Adam. Any news today? There's news on E-Lab and there's news on GLMD. E-Lab, for me, it needs to break that 550 level. That would kind of confirm that it's breaking out. Missed a move on it. 540. Also worthy to note that the market is looking weak overall right now, and there's not much action this morning, right? So what might usually just, break out might not today. Could be a little tricky. Because E-Lab, with that kind of news, but then again, it's one of those stocks with tons of reverse splits. Top left to bottom right. When we look at the daily, I saw it yesterday, and I felt kind of the same way. There's not really clean levels on the left. I mean, you can see 14 all the way there, but, that's kind of ridiculous. Not that it can't go there. It's just, it's messy. It's not very clean. And E-Lab is one of those stocks, it's, if you catch it right, it'll be very rewarding, but it can also be very damaging. IVVD, fresh news, fresh news, but higher float. They announced a revolution of program progress and advancement of novel potential first and best-in-class measles monoclonal antibody candidate. All right, so measles remedy here for IVVD. $1.50. The float's just too high, so yeah, let's not waste the brain power on that. Going back to GLMD. This one, I feel like it has potential to go, but it's in that zone of danger. Stocks under $2, I tend to, sometimes I do well, like this morning, and like yesterday. They just kind of scare me a little bit. Yeah, GLMD, we're holding that $1 line pretty well. We had some big selling right at the beginning here. People are buying back in, but not super strongly. MACD's also closed. Right here.
Click, click, boom.
NXL. NXL with news. NXL. News was at 747. NXL with fresh news, 15 million float. It's a cheaper stock. 50 cents. We have room to 65. NXL, I don't really know this one. We're hitting the scanners everywhere. US company. I mean, it fits the bill. It's just a cheaper stock. So my guard goes up. And the float is over 10 million, but below 20.
Bro, you have no guard. Sadly, you do not. FOMO will kick in on every fucking thing that moves unless it's a float thing. Everything else is fair game.
Looks pretty thickly traded, though. There's a big order at 51.56.
Well, look, I'm starting to read the frickin' shit. Maybe old man can teach an old man new tricks or whatever the fuck that saying is.
So it's worth keeping an eye on.
No, it is not.
All the moves this morning seem to be a little choppy.
GLMD, click rel.
It's been a strange market, you know.
V-Wave.
A couple of opportunities. You got to be quick.
Oh, V-Wave did fucking hit. Vision Wave. YDKG. Riot.
ELAB about to break that 550.
V-Wave 9 million share float.
ELAB starting now looks like a bull flag. That looks like a proper bull flag.
Holy
Just
shit.
wish the volume was going up.
If that looks like a bull flag, dude, I'm fucking on drugs.
Looks like a bull flag, but isn't it when the volume is going down and the price is going up? Is that a bullish or bearish divergence? GLMD getting a little pop. GLMD, I feel, is the one to watch.
Bro's got too many feelings.
I tried to get in. Maybe we go a quarter position here.
Definitely hang out with women too much.
Breakout spot is 116.
I thought I hung out with women too much, but fuck.
We have increasing volume. MACD still closed.
Feel. VR's back, hog. Something's gonna come, dude. It's just time. We got like 7:52.
Now I'm just having a thought as I'm about to take a trade here. I'm thinking of my P&L. So I'm thinking of the outcome, which is not necessarily good, but I think what typically happens is I get attached to my gains. Because I'm having a thought here of buying GLMD, and I'm thinking if I take a small loss, if I give back, let's say $2, $3, $4, $5, it's not a big deal. But I don't want to give back anything because I'm up $11. And I have to maybe start thinking that don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing is done, kind of thing. Wait till the end of the day to count what you've actually done. Until you are closed for the day, you can't bank on those gains. Oh, geez, I forgot I'm in. Moron. What a moron. I forgot I'm in. Distracted. to myself, what the fudge? Well, you're in. Manage the position now. Oh boy. If it wasn't a little funny, it'd be very pathetic. Where did we go this morning? 116, I think it is, yeah. We should be good for 116 to 120. Volume is increasing. Five-minute looks a little wonky.
Radio pumping.
Don't like that. Come on, curl up. You gotta do it now. Yeah, 5-minute is not looking super good. It's like it doesn't really know what it wants to do. The green bars are bigger for the volume on the buy, which is good, but a lot of wicks to the 110 level. I kind of see the 120 on the left there.
She's gonna fucking tear. I don't like that it's got 116, 126, 10 cents.
We get to 120 here. There's 120. 115 would be my stop. Yeah, I'm gonna get out. I'm all out. All right, GLMD again for another little winner. We're up to 16.25. I'm doing my best here not to think of the outcome, and it's really hard this morning for some odd reason. I think yesterday kind of affected me more than I think, and this morning I feel like I'm trading from a position of fear. And that's never good because you kind of limit your potential profits, not to mention you're very prone to make mistakes. So this stock is annoying because I have high conviction that it's going to keep going higher, but I'm terrified of taking a loss, so I don't want to hold it for any longer than I have to. And maybe that's the thing, it's just messing with my strategy, right? Messing with my mindset. Nice going, Julie. This stock could erase him. It's not for him. Martin, of all the people. I don't understand your strategy. It's not momentum trading. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could explain it better, but I can't. It's what I do. I'm looking to buy the breakouts on momentum, and when, like on this one, GLMD, I bought at the wrong spot. It pulled back a little too much, but from me looking at it, I could tell that it's still strong, and it held, and I got a green trade on it. I mean, maybe some might call it luck. There's definitely a part of that it has to do with trading. You know, we try to put the odds in our favor as much as possible, and there's 120. It's what I was seeing right here on the daily chart. So now that we're at 120, I'd be looking for 150. It's got strong volume, but it's a cheaper stock. So I think what's happening on this is there's a lot of people doing what I'm doing. They're flipping pennies. So they get in, they just make a couple pennies, they get out. They get in, they get out. They get in, they get out. So you get this kind of sideways action, you know. It goes up just a little bit, people sell. Because they're buying bigger size, right? So that's just my interpretation. Just an opinion. And I think it's going to keep going up. For a good part of the day, the news on this sounds good. It's got a low float and a cheap price. So, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but I prefer buying stocks that are really moving. I thought this one might take off. I think there's still potential that it does. Especially if you don't get anything else this morning. I think ELAB at 560, did it break the 550? There we go. So ELAB broke 550. Again, this one looks a little choppy. It looks pretty bullish at the moment. So nice to see ELAB breaking out, but I think ELAB's going to scare people. Again, this is just my opinion. I think GLMD with fresh news is more attractive. There we go. Now we're breaking the 120. So again, my idea on this was good. I just did not execute it well because it's not the kind of play I do all the time. I prefer buying something with real strong momentum, but when we're trading penny stocks, you got to realize that they move slower in most cases. And sometimes, they move slow, and then all of a sudden you get a big breakout. And usually that's when the shorts are giving up, right? They need to cover. It creates a lot of buying pressure. But if you look at level 2 right now, it's kind of getting thick. There's a bigger seller at 135. So 123 needs to clear. ELAB, wow, look at that. ELAB, Jesus, I'm surprised. All right, let's create some mood here.
Some call him Mark, others call him the Candyman trade.
And you're me.
Candyman.
We got nothing.
Candyman
Oh
trader.
my
Flop.
goodness. Still, dude? Anna's back. Ay, ay, ay. Elon power. There's just no clean breakouts on fucking ELAB, and it is what it is. You can sit there and try and force shit all you want, but there she goes. Now it's got room up. No. It really did fucking reject off that 589 though from previous. Now it's got room up to 716 though, so this is its best fucking shot. $25,000. There we go. Now we're about to let loose. Maybe. Candyman Trader.
The daily scares me. The ticker scares me. And, you know, we can't catch all of them. Well, the great Ross Cameron thinks that ELAB is a trap. I almost feel like getting in because he says it can't pull away. He doesn't see it. I really don't, he says. I would say that almost every time Ross says that, the stock goes up. Almost every time. It's very, very tempting here at 596 to buy for the $6 breakout. Maybe we fill up the 702.
Kind of just want to go back to bed.
You can catch them. I'll just keep hitting the buy button. Interesting. GLMD has at the market and warrants. Oh, interesting. That would make sense. Didn't even think of checking for that. Thank you. ELAB breaking 6. Jesus, look at this. She's going for a run. I'm buying 5 shares. And I'm selling 5 shares. Why did I do that? That's the FOMO part. See, and that's how quickly it happens with me. I just lose all senses, and my body just takes over, and I'm buying stuff. Hands in pocket, Mark. You just gave back a whopping 25 cents. At least you didn't default, you know, wishing and hoping. So you did good. That was a dumb move. Just don't do that again. Just don't do that again. Good morning, Evan. ELAB has an ATM and a quick convertible in warrants. Yeah, yeah. I'm fighting with it. I can't chase the 25 cents. I'm up $16 even. It's a nice round number. Like, we'll just keep it there for now. Yeah. Jim sees right through me. Yeah, I'm on goal for the day, Nova. I'm pretty sure of it. Actually, let me just pull up my proper info here.
$283, $85, $89, $84, $86, $81, $77.
Yeah, so let me just make an
77
adjustment.
holding big time.
See, I finished the day 34.77 yesterday. I was up 26%, but I kept trading.
Holding big.
At the end of the day, so I got to add those things in. But right now, my capital was at
277 again.
135.
281.
12 this
That's
morning.
3 times at least it's tapped 277.
135. We're just playing with the numbers here so that it makes sense. All right, so my goal today, I'm trying to make between 2.75% and 12%. And 12% is $16.21. I was at the top end of my goal
288
before I lost at 25 cents. So, I mean, at this point, I don't need to take one more trade, and I'll be, on goal for the rest of the day at the high end. And I was 16% on Monday, 20% on Tuesday, 25% yesterday, but I fudged it up, and I ended up with like 1%, and now 12% today. I mean, it's...
She can move.
I'm doing
break
good.
280.
I just keep effing it up. Oh, TURB with news. So TURB has been moving with the oil prices. It's a Spanish company that does renewable energy. So they're in a hot sector at the moment, and now they have news this morning.
Wall clearing, 280s.
3 million float.
72.
They secure a strategic patent for AI-driven solar battery and EV home energy platform targeting $12 billion U.S. residential EV charging market. Sounds like fluff. I mean, it's real news, but let me just check with my AI here. How good is news on
262, 263.
Hearing something else here. You are getting a bit of a curl.
Yeah.
All right, so bearish.
900,000 shares of volume, and this motherfucker ain't moved a bit. Got a freaking horizontal. Wrong. 263. Double tap 261. And did double bottom 261. Below VWAP though. And a ways off at the 9 SMA.
Yeah, so TURB doesn't sound as bullish as one might think. Keep it on watch, but
just did a gap fill, dude, back to 296 ish. It is definitely bull flagging though. That is a bull flag, my boy. Needed to go the other way. That needs to be a green candle right now. Breaking through this level and off to the races. There she goes. And it failed.
Taking the trade in weeks, really, eh?
Failed.
Learn to walk away, Candyman. Don't overstay your welcome. It's a good point. It's a valid point. RDZN. Higher float, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question, Jen. Don't know how he gets any candy made running up and down the stairs. Why weren't you live for? Because I wasn't watching it. I came in late. I didn't watch Power Hour. I was really. That's the thing that really upset me. As I stayed disciplined all day, and I didn't go back at all to watch what was going on at noon or at the close. But for some odd reason, I came back. Oh, I know what I did. I came back at 4:30. I was making chocolate, and I was waiting for my machine to finish its tempering stuff. And so I came up. I was going to play a game of World of Tanks. And instead of playing a game, I turned on my scanners in my broker, and I saw some opportunities, and I did really good. I almost doubled my gains for the day. And then I started giving back, and then I kind of, did what I do. I went on tilt, unraveled, spiraled out of control, got emotionally hijacked.
Easy to borrow.
Gave most of it back. I gave back 90% of my
25K shares. 3%.
I was so convinced I would, end up with more.
We're almost done for the day, dude. No trades.
I was thinking of the process all the way up to when I took my first red trade, 11 cents. And I was like, you just gave back 11 cents. Stop now. Market's telling you something. And then I don't know what happened. I think I got triggered. I saw NKI moving, and I thought, I'm getting in this one. We're going to $1, and I'm going to make like 30 or 40 bucks. And I gave back $19, which was about half my gains at that point. And, well, since I gave back some, I had to try and make it back. And I just spiraled. So, but this week it feels different. It feels like my discipline is there. I just got to be excessively careful of that switch.
Terrible.
I mentioned it yesterday. When I get triggered, when that switch flips, it gets completely
Candyman trader.
for me to stay and remain in control.
GMDE.
I did it even this morning, actually. I almost, on ELAB here, my only loss, 24 cents. And I don't know why I got in. It was pure FOMO.
400,000 shares of volume, TMDE.
But at 613, like it feels like I didn't even put on that trade. Mark did. He just took over my body.
Mark did.
At least I saw it.
Hey, there's two freaking me traders. One who's fucking cocky and arrogant. I feel better now.
Put a timer on the Wi-Fi. Don't closet trade today. The Vegas boys will be there tomorrow. Candyman, I trade crypto, but still watch you because I love the honesty, the self-acknowledgement, and the transparency. Keep it up, mate. Thank you, Jens 3209. I appreciate that very much.
IBRX.
Oh wow! I just saw Captain made 105 in 2 months. Candy reminds me of that dark song about alcohol. I'm only green $48, and I'm thinking about being done already. Julie was telling Mark about ELAB in the 5s. Captain made some, but his screen is still the same, like frozen. Here we go. ELAB tried to break the 620 spot.
ELAB's fucking just being a character, dude.
For the same reasons the great Ross Cameron thinks this can't go, are the same reason I think it could go. Because I'm thinking there might be a lot of people shorting this, and they might get a surprise, and they'll have to cover, and we'll get a bit of a squeeze. But the daily chart is what's keeping me kind of bearish on this.
I would like to see something new, dude, that isn't completely beaten up, making a lower high.
It's kind of interesting. Green volume right through, just a couple of red pullbacks here on lower volume. They have fresh news today.
Turb is back. To be honest, it's just not shit.
Alright, my ChatGPT says that for my style of trading, how I should treat it is respect the move. It can rip. Looks like that's what it did. But fades are common. Continuation is not guaranteed. This is a scalp / momentum trader.
AGH.
AGH getting a big pop here. I don't see news. It's a higher float.
345.
AGH. URB still kind of climbing up a little bit. ONCO is a known runner. ONCO. What's going on here? No news. I saw another one here though. ATON. ATON has news. It's a cheaper stock though, 35 cents on a 15 million float. Yeah, we're just gonna pass on that.
ONCO.
ONCO looks pretty interesting here. U.S. company. What's going on? Why the move? Why the move? Or what's going on? ONCO. I want to buy you, but I need a reason. Right now, the only reason is that it's moving.
ONCO.
We're up to 500,000 shares of volume. It's a tiny, tiny float. 154 is the high.
25,000 at 69. And 61, 62, 79.
Made a big move here.
It's got resistance at 1.
I'm seeing 2 on the left here, right at the
This
top
thing
of
could
it.
fucking
Yeah.
go.
Getting a little late.
191. And that is broke.
This could be a little micro pullback. I'd be tempted right here. 187.
One 78, 79, 70, 69, 69, 69.
ONCO. It's kind of a weird one. Should have just jumped on it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's not a strategy. It's stuff you say in hindsight. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. What are you seeing now?
That is getting stuffed at 181 hard, and then it just...
Back the open. We're on the first 5-minute candle. Maybe I let it settle a little bit.
32,000 shares. There's some big fucking shares being popped up on this fucking thing.
2 would be...
AGH would have... I would have liked it a little more. Stock, click, rel, WSR, LBT, Turb, SkyQ, TMD.
I can't read the chat when I'm focusing on a trade, man. It's the worst thing for me.
194.
Looks like it's gonna pop over to in my
EOS. Is that a high flow? It sure is.
192. News is a little, I don't know. Let's see what my chat says here. All right, so it says here, reality. This is the part people ignore. This is not even their core business. Onco is originally a biotech company. This robot story comes from a pending acquisition of Realbotics. Translation, this is basically a pivot reverse merger story. The deal isn't even closed yet. Acquisition expected later in 26. It needs approval, so they're promoting something they don't fully own yet. Financials are ugly, market cap around the microcap level, $1 to $2 million range, burning cash fast. This is not a stable company. 1-for-5 split. Momentum potential A+. Compared to TURB, ELAB, and ELAB, ONCO is the most explosive trader setup of the three. Alright, well, same old story, good for a scalp or something. ONCO.
Iran's Supreme National Security Council has drawn a clear line. If this process yields a decisive political achievement, Iran will celebrate a great history. I got a partner named Skill.
Congrats, Damien. This got $72 on ONCO. Close though, more luck than judgment. I'm done. That was too close. The move on ONCO was my 120 entry. Wow, nice, Martin. That's a good entry. Yeah, that penny stock. What happened to the big guns, Dubbin, Julio, and Kimi? Ross is not touching anything. Elab calling candy. Here's the thing, I wish I had the nerves to buy on pullbacks and dips. But the way I've been trading, and maybe it's just a default way of thinking, and it might be wrong, but I feel like every time that the stock is, like, when I look at ELAB, I'm seeing it going down. Actually, it kind of looks a little bullish. It's going to break here. It's going to go to 2. I feel like just getting in now to get the 2, I'll make 10 cents. And then I think if I do that, it might hit 2 and come right back down. There's 2. I knew it. So now that we're breaking 2, we're kind of breaking out, right? There it is. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't think it's smart to chase. Micro pullback right now. Get in before 2. Looks like a micro pullback situation here, but I'm not good at those, so just taking notes right now. I would have pressed it at 211 here. 2 million shares on that candle. That's pretty strong. Pushing up, pushing up. Fresh candle about to start. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, we have room to 220. I mean, this could spike up to 6, right? Anything can happen. Is that the one I was checking out here? Yeah, it seems a little risky. Should have just followed my So now what's happening is I have, I guess, regret of missing out. And I guess I'm annoyed. I want to be chasing this thing. Maybe those are just bad habits that I have, constantly giving myself FOMO. That might be an issue. I mean, it's got such a tiny float. It's got news. It's got a good price. We're at the low end. Oh boy, I'll be right back.
Hi. EEIQ. Whoa. Now you go from 560 to 660 EEIQ. With a big ass spread like that. Let me get a little piecey piece. 605, 590, 60-cent spread. No news. Room back to 750.
Don't panic, trader. I use Questrade. Questrade Edge is my broker, and for the charts and my scanners, I use the Day Trade Dash from Warrior Trading.
540.
Don't think he has the emotional control to be a day trader. Maybe a swing. Could have, should have, would have made 600. Damn it, that is so sick. Bro's a glutton for punishment. Yeah, sometimes one of my cousins used to say that to me all the time. I'm a sucker for punishment. the goal of my channel
I'm in it for
is
myself. I'm
simply
in it to win it.
share my journey.
Share my journey
And,
on
exercise
stressing over
It's
$3.
where I lack. It's my discipline and my emotions. They always get the best of me. So my focus right now is basically just my discipline, just my willpower, my impulsivity. I'm trying to get that fully under control consistently. So I have to do these kinds of results for the rest of the month. I can't go on tilt. I gotta not do what I did yesterday. Even though I stayed green, it was just bad behavior. And it was kind of a reminder, actually, that, every time you're doing well, you might get a nasty pullback. And that's kind of what happened yesterday. I saved it.
That's kind of what happened yesterday.
I'm just, and again today, I mean, if I'm following my plan and my strategy and I stick
You don't have a plan or strategy, bro.
it's paying off, right? I'm putting green on the screen. And that's all I really care about. As long as I keep my mental capital intact, try to focus on the process, not the outcome. That's true. I used the 200 as well. I used the 200 moving average just on the daily. That's the thing. People have different indicators. You eventually, as you trade and you put on trades and you're actively trading, you'll find indicators. You'll find stuff that you like that maybe other people don't like. And I mean, as long as it works for you, that's all that really matters. I'm not one to say, that strategy sucks. This one is good. If it works, it works. If it works, that's the good strategy. And I know the strategy works. My problem, and I think I repeat this all the time, but I think most traders that fail, right, the 95% of traders who lose money are having a hard time getting green is because they don't address the psychology of trading. They don't address their emotions. Maybe they're completely unaware that they get emotional when they trade. For me, it took me a long, long time to realize that emotions were in fact, affecting my trading. I kept reading about it. I saw people talk about it all the time. And I kept saying, come on, emotions? What does that have to do with money and trading? I don't get it. And then eventually I got it. And it's now become, I'm trying to make it my sole focus. Just think of the psychology, your emotions, your discipline. That's all that matters, because the strategy stuff is easy. It's easy. You buy low, you sell high. It's that simple. What's not simple is managing your emotions while you're doing that. It's actually managing your emotions under pressure. You can have a plan even to deal with your emotions and all that. And you tell yourself, this is my rule. I'm going to avoid FOMO by doing this. And then, the minute you press buy, all that logic thinking goes out the window. You get emotional, you get panicky, you get scared, and that clouds your judgment. And next thing you know, you're making bad decisions. So the trick for me, which is the hardest thing to do, is just hang back, put the brakes on. Don't chase. Don't give in to FOMO. And that sounds easy, but when you're someone with very low self-discipline, It's not a good mix. So I have to pay extra attention to that stuff. And this week it feels like, I'm firing on all cylinders. But I'm aware that I still have that, what do you call that, propensity to go crazy. And I'm aware of it. And as long as I'm thinking of it, it seems like I can do pretty well. It's whatever happens where I completely give in to FOMO, or maybe I get too scared, but something happens and I completely lose track of the fact that I'm trying to stay disciplined. And then, bad stuff happens. All right. ELAB here looks like it wants to give us another opportunity to chase it.
Double topped at 35.
Now we broke over that 620 level and it seems to be holding pretty well.
There's something going on at 35, dude. Like,
yeah. It's about
it barely cracked 37 and fucking rejected,
this
dude.
Looks interesting. It looks interesting, and right now for this ticker, I'll just say what I'm feeling or thinking is I don't like the daily chart. This kind of stuff scares me. It tells me that 14 for the breakout is way too high. We're probably not going to break 14. But again, it's the market. Anything can happen. We had big volume. It goes up, it comes down. It's choppy. On the daily, it's extremely choppy, and I don't see any clear levels. So the daily chart for me, if I had to rate it according to my strategy, it's a C. It's a chart that says, eesh, danger, risky. If I look at the 5-minute, it looks bullish. It looks like, come on, get in. So I guess this one actually, that's exactly what's going on in my mind is I don't know. Like, I want to be in because you want to make money. And clearly it went up quite a bit. But I don't know what it's going to do from here. Like, I genuinely don't know. I feel like I should be bullish. I want to be bullish. I want this thing to go up. But I'm just not feeling it. And that feeling to me is, I'm an emotional trader. And I think I need to use those emotions to my advantage. So when I feel scared, when I feel doubt, like serious doubt and real fear, I gotta listen to that and just put the brakes on. And just say, it's very tempting, but something's just not right. And that's how I feel about ELAB. So maybe this is a perfect one to work my discipline on and just say, don't chase it, but if it goes, I want to chase it if it goes. The eternal debates. MODD getting some attention here with FDA clearance for pivot tubeless insulin patch. MODD. Yeah, this one has news. It's got the perfect float. It's got a perfect price. It's an A+. Not setup, but selection criteria, right? It meets all this, what we look for. So we're still halfway through on the first 5-minute candle. It's pulled back quite a bit here. It would need to hold above 610, 620, in my opinion. Still no trade for the great Ross Cameron. MODD, very choppy. Volume is extremely low at the moment. ELAB at 638. Do you sell Candyman merchandise at the store? We plan on doing merch this summer. You better not tilt today. I'll do my best not to. Nothing I like or trust. See, that's the other thing, Damien, nothing I like or trust. And then you'll get someone saying, come on, Damien, look at this one. We're breaking out this and we're doing
1 for
that.
30
and it's crossing this
split.
average. But if Damien doesn't feel like there's anything he likes, or what? How did you put it again?
Mod.
Or trust, right? You might see something that's really moving up, but you don't trust it. You feel like if you buy ELAB here at 635 just before the breakout, it might pull back to 5. It's not. Yeah, so Ross is not going to trade. He's no trade day for Mr. Cameron. Yeah, he's basically out of time. He feels that if he makes a mistake, he won't have enough time to make it back. So no trade day for the great Ross Cameron.
Yeah.
Have coffee. Lord of the Candy. Yeah, that's exactly it there. I saw something. Yeah, ELAB could tail Candy in one pullback. Exactly. Yeah, Ross is struggling lately. But the market, it's not providing us many opportunities. And the size that he trades also is probably part of the issue. ONCO getting a little curl back up. 173. It's not doing much. MODD.
Neo's got too much.
MODD is getting a bit of attention.
It just doesn't want to fucking go. It's too heavy. EOS.
Yeah, the price action on this is just
too much.
Just too choppy.
EOS and Neos. EOS and Neo are fucking terrible.
Something sets up for the open. I don't see anything with fresh news at 9 o'clock. We had HEH. Yeah, that's not good.
Room to 4.
TURB.
Not much. It's on the wall at 5.
Yeah, maybe I should follow Ross's lead today and just call it a day. I'm up at the top end of my goal. This will be my 4th green day. I just got to build on that momentum and get used to it, right? Not get excited, not thinking, oh, I'm up 12%. Oh my God, I'm on fire. Let's make another 12% this afternoon. And that's where I struggle, because it feels like, I mean, yesterday was a prime example. I felt really good, very strong. I
You're only up 3%.
I waited till 4:30 something, and I went in. I took a whole bunch of green trades, and then with one, I gave back half my gains, and that's what tilted me. And perhaps what I should have done at that point was just to say,
this ain't it.
That's too big of a mistake. I just got to walk away. But typically when I make a big mistake, I always want to make it back, and very often I do. So it's an ongoing, debate with myself, I suppose. I guess that's why trading is difficult. WW here, getting a pop on news. Interesting.
WW burn your ass, dude.
Weight Watchers. I know it's a company in difficulty. What the hell kind of chart is that? The great Ross this morning has no P&L. He's not. He didn't take trades, and he's not trading. He's done. ATON. Saw that earlier, right? ATON got a little pop. Oh, they just fresh news on ATON. It did a pop earlier, and now we got confirmation. It's a 35-cent stock. So very tricky to trade, but it's got news. It's got a float of 15 million shares. And news at 8:29 this morning, 7:30, 8:29. 8:29 is when we got the initial pop. So we need to hold at 35 cents. ELAB at 6.59. 6.69. ELAB looks like it wants to set up for the open. What an annoying stock. Yeah, Weight Watchers, I don't think we'll get much traction.
ATON 1 million shares
of volume. 680 here on ELAB. Another 10-20 cents from here.
Rotational.
See, here's the problem with ELAB. Right now, as it sits, to me, it looks bullish. I'd want to chase it. But I heard Ross talk about it, and now it's putting a seed in my mind, like a bearish seed.
36.
And it terrifies me to touch it because of something I heard.
35, 34.
So I don't know how I feel about that. I find it. That's why I can't read chats in the morning, or a lot of people go on Discord or different groups to find stocks and things like that. To me, that's the worst thing in the world. And I've been hesitating on this just because of what he said. And And I'm thinking, well, just trade your strategy. Never mind what he said. But he's that great Ross Cameron. It's like, yeah, but he's not always right. And you don't trade exactly the way he does. And so far, he's been wrong. He's been wrong since 620. We're now at 664. I mean, the move, it's not moving. It's moving up. It's a nice move if you're patient. But if you're looking for a quick in and out scalp, kind of tricky. Our leading gapper doesn't look dead yet. It's still holding the VWAP level. Still looking semi-strong.
It is just fucking shit. Like, you gotta buy freaking down near support.
Maybe that's why it's just not.
And then just sit through it. That's it. And wait for it eventually to fucking pop.
AI
which takes
coming back to VWAP on that one.
757.
Not a lot of volume.
A while.
ONCO,
5-10 minutes.
Click as well. Click all the way down below VWAP. Click also did not have news. STAA floats too high. RELL, not enough volume. GLMD now 114. GLMD, I mean, again, if I didn't know that there was dilution and stuff, it's definitely a bullish pattern. OSRH with fresh news. OSRH.
48 million share float. ZNTL's too big.
Yeah, not enough people there.
Hasn't done a reverse.
MODD will take that one out. ONCO.
Acon shit. Stock, click, www, ZNTL. ZNTL is just too.
It's very thickly traded. GLMD. Maybe at the open. Maybe at the open, you know, it'll be harder to control. Maybe people will be very bullish on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right at the 20, 120. 160s could be in play. That'd be a nice play from here to 160. It just looks very, very thick. Take your strategy and follow it. Yeah. No trade for me today. I like the ticker symbol GLND, but don't trust it, so don't get in. But congratulations to those that did. "24 trades for Hurricane. Nice." Candy has 50 people talking on this Discord and doesn't even enter to say hi. I went the other night. These chat things are just not my thing. And I don't have enough time to spend on that. You know, my time, I say that, but then I take trades in the afternoon. I get what you're saying. Elab making new highs. Look at this sucker go. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on GLMD. I'll monitor Elab at the bottom screen. Looks like it just did a fake little breakout on Elab. Fake breakout to 680, and now it's pulling back. And this one here is so thick. I mean, if you get in this, maybe what I should do is prepare an order with a stop loss at the open. And if we start pulling away, I'll be fine. And if we don't, I'll have a very tight stop. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Sig. Holy smoke.
Invalid. Sorry about that. I'll have to.
2 cigarettes all fucking morning. Dude, let's go. OPTX. I used to love OPTX.
When my son talks to me about the Discord, and when I look at it, for some reason I feel like a 79-year-old man looking at the internet and going, "What's the purpose of this thing? Is this where you send the message? What are all these people there for?" I just don't get it. Whoops. Elab. All right, it is 9:20. I'm not taking enough notes here. 9:21. We're sitting at $16 even. We're up about 12% on the day. We're on goal. So, see, that's the thing. I gotta stop chasing potential trades. I gotta just be content with my gains, especially when I'm up big like this, 12%. I was up. I mean, I blew my 33% day yesterday, and then I had a 25% day the other on what day is today? Thursday. Yeah, so yesterday's the blow up. Still finished green, but blew up my chunk of my gains.
Fucking back.
And then 20% on Tuesday and 16% on Monday. And then Monday I had all those fees I had to pay for my platform. So that took some money out. I deposited an extra $80 or something like that. Anyways.
Turb looks like shit.
Anyways, what I'm trying to rationalize here is
Funky,
learn to
round up.
walk away. Learn to be happy with $16 because you're adding to your gains. Tomorrow, you'll have that much more money to trade with. And if you don't go back, you won't screw it up. If you go back, there's a probability you might give money back. But I could also make more. Yeah, I know you could make more. That's a given. But what do you now? Think of this, Mark. What did you just do now? You focused on the outcome. Because you're up big and you're thinking, yeah, but maybe I can double it. Maybe I can add to gains. Is that part of the process? Well, sorta. I try to make money, but are you supposed to be sitting at your desk all effing day trying to make more trades? No. No, I'm not supposed to do that. So why would you go back? I don't know, maybe like at the close very often, it's like pre-market. You get big moves, stuff moves fast. It's where I find trades I like to take. All right, that's fair enough. Now, I guess it's fair enough. So why would you avoid taking more trades today if you see an opportunity? I don't know. Everybody keeps talking about discipline and walking away when you're green, and I never do that. I tend to stick around for a little bit more, a little greedy perhaps. And does greed bring you more money usually, or does it make you do dumb moves? It's half and half. So if it's half and half, it's like a gamble, right? Half the time it works, half the time
for
it
day
doesn't.
trading, you can have a cash account and some other type of account.
Like
What's the other?
If you said, every time I trade in the afternoon,
margin?
90% of the time I add to my gains, or even 60% of the time you add to your gains. But right now, you don't have the stats to support your thesis. You're guessing it's 50-50. That sounds like gambling to me. You just follow the plan. I guess today I'm on tilt, not on tilt, but I'm feeling agitated. I'm bringing my mental capital down to 6. Because I'm doing good. And I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO. Or that it's not really anxiety. It's I don't know what it is. But I can feel it. Write that down, 926. Feeling, I guess, confused. Not sure if I'm scared or if I'm, I have that, just a little bit of that good anxiety, that keeps you really alert and focused versus the anxiety that is more like FOMO. And then my judgment gets a little clouded. So I'm not sure where I'm at. And if I'm not sure, I guess putting the brakes on is the best thing to do. Especially if I'm green. and sometimes if you just kind of accept that you're confused and feeling a little anxious, just take a deep breath and think of the strategy. Think of how simple it is to simply just follow the plan. maybe what's happening is you're watching GLMD, and I can hear you thinking, Mark. I can hear you. And you're thinking, I see what's going on. You're looking at this, it's a penny stock or a dollar stock, and you're thinking, if this starts to really go, like $1.50, $1.75, if it goes to $2, we're doubling from here, right? We're doubling. We could make a huge trade on this thing. And that's the thing. You're thinking of the outcome. That's what does that have to do with the process? Right? What does this have to do with the process? Nothing. Just think of your process. It works. It's simple. It's just hard to execute when you're emotionally charged up. And maybe that's what you're feeling this morning. Maybe you're just charged up. You're feeling good because you're green. And that's what it looks like when you're desperate to make money. You want it so bad that you forget that there's a process to follow. And you know there's a process to follow, but you're a rebel. You like to break rules. You like to do it on your own. Don't want to listen to anyone else. That's all fine and dandy, but if you can't listen to your own self and your own strategy guidelines, you're doomed. It's just not going to work. So can you please shut the F up and just let me do my work here? All right. I'll let you do the thing, Candyman. You know what you're doing. You got a strategy and all, so just show me how to do it. All right? I'll do that. See? We wait for something to pop on the scanners. It's 9:30. Now, before I forget, just a big shout out to everyone out there. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the views, the interactions, the feedback, the super chats, and all the rest. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I wish you well today. I hope you all get green. And now let's turn the volume down so I don't panic. And let's just focus on what we see. So what's the process? The process is to look for stuff that's got fresh news. GLMD was the one we were watching. It looks like we're getting some movement on it. Don't just jump in anything. Just make sure you take stuff that fits the way you trade. And remember that we're just at the open. It gets very, very choppy, very, very confusing, and very dangerous at the open. So just look at the ones you watched this morning. GLMD, currently pulling back. ELAB. Oops. Everything's not moving. What's going on? There we go. So ELAB getting a little pop. We touched 7.
Here we know. We don't know shit. 663.
Now remember, you don't need to take a trade. You're on goal for the day. So anything you get is going to be gravy or the cherry on top. Call it what you want. But you're not trying to make gains. You're just looking for an opportunity. And if there's no opportunity, don't try to create one. Just let it come to you. It'll be very obvious. It'll be very simple.
664.
Are you looking at a penny stock? Sorta. Just look away. Look at something else. Don't trade that. NUAI. NUAI, I think I saw we're doing an offering. Yeah. Stock offering at $3.35 a share. Yeah, pass on that one. SMPL.
663 to 7.
WAV. ELAB. Will ELAB break 7?
Ho! Let's go ahead and pull up off of that key, boy. $603. It's actually freaking. It's just gonna fucking chop all day.
With the mind or intuition? I'm struggling with my discipline and my emotions. I get emotionally hijacked very easily. Like when I flip to being very emotional, that switch is very sensitive. It's like it's very sensitive, and it's either on or off, right? So if my emotions are off, I'm feeling calm, cool, and collected.